I found something in the store.
Okay. What did you find?
It's beautiful.
Hello?
Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy, voiceover dub Ghost Boy XO, back here again with another video, and we at the movies again. We're at AMC, Ontario Mills, AMC, back at it, and we're gonna go watch Backrooms. I'm not sure if you guys have watched it yet, but oh, you know me, we're gonna get some soda. We're gonna get that Coke Zero Cherry. I went with my daughter and my little bro. And yeah, we're gonna go enjoy a scary movie together. And you know, I gotta have my soda. And your boy is still not eating popcorn. I'm on a diet. I'm letting you know. I actually just dropped 22 pounds. Damn, your boy look good. Damn, fit check. Look at that shit. Damn, looking good, man. Shit. Damn, that's a big old pretzel too. You know I'm not eating any of that. I did get to try just a little piece of it, and it was pretty good, but damn, it's pricey. And you know, your boy all relajado, ready to go. He got that soda. Let's go. Yo, what everybody? It's your boy Ghost Boy XO back here again. We just saw Backrooms. Actually, I saw Backrooms yesterday. I'm actually recording this a different day. I know normally I watch the movie and then I review and react to the movie that same night. I was tired. It was a late movie, and I have time to do it now. But let's get into it. Just a heads up, I'm in Pomona right now. If it gets a little loud, it's because people are, I don't know, drinking, partying it up. I'm in downtown Pomona right now. But anyways, the Backrooms, I liked it. It was a good movie. It was scary, it's suspenseful. I don't know how much you guys know about the Backrooms. But it was based off a game. If I'm incorrect, I'll fact check myself after this. I don't know all the details on this movie. I guess it was made by a YouTuber, and he created this. He made the movie. Like I said, it's based off a creepypasta. It's a video game.
But I'm not scared. But I'm scared. Something just peeked. Did it come from down there? I'm not gonna look down there.
And it looked scary. I never played it, but I've seen some gameplays of it. But let me get into it. So it starts off with the character Clark. Clark, he works at a ottoman store, a furniture store. He spends a lot of time there. He has a therapist too. He's going to therapy. Apparently he is getting a divorce. His wife kicked him out of the house. Spends too much time there. His therapist, who is another main character, Mary, he sees his therapist, Mary. He is trying to live, I guess, a more zen life. He's got issues, but he spends a whole lot of time at the store. He has a dream about being an architect, and his wife is a stay-at-home wife. This all comes out because during the therapy, they reenact and replay a whole scene about their relationship, where he spends too much time there, too much time at the store. He drinks. He has this anger or this attitude that he doesn't know how to express his emotions, and that's why he is now going to therapy to get help. The main characters are Clark and then Mary, because Mary also has some issues, I think. She's a therapist. There's a commercial where she markets her therapy cassettes. So this takes place in the 90s, where we use cassettes to put in your car instead of CDs. There's several scenes where she reflects back on her childhood, where she thinks of her mom, where she thinks about the place where she lived. She's at a party. She's celebrating something. I don't know what it was. I probably didn't catch it. But she leaves the party to go into a room to go find pills that she needs to take. So she got issues too. She got like stress issues. They got issues, okay? Clark is really invested in his business. Places, I believe it's called Captain Clark's Ottoman Empire. Yeah, there's a scene where he's dressed up as a captain, like a pirate with a peg leg. He's filming commercial ads. The other character is Kat, which is his assistant at the work, and the other guy with the camera is, I forgot, but that's Kat's boyfriend basically. He has a name, I'll pop it up right here. He does probably, I just don't know. I forgot. And there's like bits and pieces here that it's kind of hard to kind of describe, but you kind of get the story where he's having like these mental issues. I'm telling you, he spends a lot of time there. He actually sleeps at his store now because he got kicked out of his own house because of his wife. But there's a scene where there's an electrician that comes by. I guess he's having issues with his lights. They open up the circuit breaker and they're trying to figure out what's going on. There's even some light switches that don't really belong to the breaker, which is, odd. And it kind of gets you thinking like, what is this, But anyways, that passes, and then it goes to he's sleeping at the store. And he's sleeping at the store. The lights are going crazy. They're turning on. The TV turns off that he's watching. It's a mess with the lights. And then eventually there's bright lights coming from the basement where the breaker's at. He goes down there. He ends up seeing that there's no lights on anymore. They're all off. But there's light coming from somewhere. There's light coming from a space on the wall where there might be a door. Then what happens is that he starts to investigate it, and then it turns out that there's a door in the wall without a handle. He literally can phase through the wall. So it's like a portal or something to another place. And that leads to the backrooms. So the backrooms are rooms and mazes of endless doorways to different places that I guess don't really exist. Maybe I'll look more into it. Maybe I'll post something about it. I never really played the game. I don't know the lore of it. But as this movie goes, he goes in to the door. He goes through the door. He kind of goes in and out. Like, what is this? Is magic? Is a portal? Like, how is this even possible? But he goes in. It's like this really, piss yellow, pastel yellow, dirty yellow walls, lights. Like, it looks like an office, but there's furniture. There's just furniture stacked like on top of each other. And it's like, as he starts walking through this maze, he starts seeing things how like they're like impossible objects. It's kind of hard to describe to you because there's something in the movie that they tell each other where it's like, it's kind of hard to describe this place. It's like how they say, it's like describing a dog to someone who's never ever seen a dog and you're trying to explain it to them what it looks like. That's what that place is. It's literally a stop sign in the middle of nothing, and the stop sign is spelled backwards. It says Potts, and he goes through a room. He finds a dead bird, random, right? And he's like, I don't know what's going through his mind, right? I can only imagine, like, what the fuck is this? Like, how did this bird get here? What is these rooms? I'm wondering, how is this store involved? Why is this store involved? He goes in, it progresses. It's very eerie, suspenseful. He goes through more, and then you see something standing in the hallway. It's dark, and you just hear something talking. It's like in different... It's speaking in different languages. One of the languages I recognized was Japanese. but it was speaking Russian and some other languages, and it's literally a cutout board of a caveman with a speaker in its chest with a wire running to some door. And it's like, who the hell put that there? What the hell? What the fuck, you know? That wire starts running through to a door. The door's closed, doesn't have a handle on it, but there's a camera looking at him. So like, it kind of gives you an idea, like, someone put this here, someone set this up, someone set up a camera, someone set up these cutout cavemen with a voice. So it was like very freaky, you know. And then he finds like a crawl place, and there's a crawl place, and he goes through it, leads into another room with like a small little door. It was just like so kind of weird. Like it's a maze, literally like a pissed yellow office like looking maze that just leads to places, another place. It leads you into loops. But then something happens where something breaks that cutout of a caveman. Like something breaks it. Like he looks through the crawl space, that tunnel, and something's there. So then he books it. He's trying to run out of there. He eventually finds his way back to where the door is. And one of the things that was scary, like I got scared of, where he's trying to find a door. Like he's touching the wall, trying to find like which one was it. The first thing I was thinking, I was like, bro, like, can you mark that door? Can you figure out how where you don't lose that door? And eventually he literally sits right in front of that door to see if something comes out. And probably thinking in his head, because I don't know what he's thinking, like, what is that? What did I just do? Like, am I sleeping? Am I in a dream? Am I having a nightmare? Those were all a lot of things that would have ran through my head, and I'm thinking that's running through his head. By the way, I thought the guy that played Clark was a really good actor. I really enjoyed his acting. I don't know if he's been in other places, in other movies, and if he is, I'll have to check him out. So then he goes to his therapist, and he's, asking her, like, hey, like, have you ever 5150'd someone? Have you ever labeled someone insane? Because he is not looking good. He's looking like he's like on drugs or something, but apparently he's been sober. He's having had a clear mind, because he's thinking about this. I guess he's thinking about this place. He's trying to figure out this place. He pulled out a whole map of where I guess he's been so far in this Backrooms. She's thinking he's crazy. She's not believing him. And when he tells her all this, and then when he leaves, he tells her, well, I'm going to get proof that this is real. And when I get proof, I'm going to need an apology from you. Once again, you can start seeing that he has these issues where he doesn't believe that he's crazy. He doesn't believe that he has a problem, but he kind of starts playing like a victim kind of thing. Like it kind of goes throughout the movie, because he blames everybody for where he's at in a way. But as the story goes, he talks to his assistant, and then her boyfriend says, hey, you can get the camera again, right? And then they ask him for what? They're like, for research. So he talks about this research. They don't know what he's talking about. He said that he's gonna pay her or whatever. They pay him money, basically overtime or something, trying to get them to come back to the store. They go to the store. He's got rope. He's got these tools. And they're like, what are they doing? Like, they're gonna tie us up. They're thinking he's crazy because of the way he's acting. He does act pretty weird because he's kind of getting obsessed over this thing. So he gets them together, and then he wants to show them the back rooms. Once they see they can phase through the wall, they're pretty much losing their fucking mind. Like, how the fuck is this possible? How is this? Where is this? What is this? He's like, basically, he doesn't have a damn clue either. So they go in. They start to get in there deeper. He's trying to show them, like, he's just trying to show them around until eventually they go to what looks like, it's a tunnel, right? It's a tunnel. It's going down, like almost like you can slide something down, right? There's no steps, nothing. Like, so what he does is that they grab a rope, they tie it to a bed, they, you know, let it loose little by little for the boyfriend, Kat's boyfriend, could walk down there, because there's no steps, you know. And once he gets down there, the vibe is completely different. The whole thing is just different. It's dark. I guess it smells weird. And then you see, because sometimes you see different things. Like, you know, you'll see a chair, you'll see a sofa, you'll see different ottomans, you'll see things phasing into the wall. But there was clothes. There was random clothes, like stacks of clothes. You know, like if it's your laundry or dirty laundry, like stacked. And it's dark. And he's filming this whole, they're filming this whole time. Which, by the way, I thought was a really cool effect. Watching it through what the film was. I think it has a name. I don't know what it's called. The vibe and the suspense was like on point. Like it was good. So he's filming in there, like, it's dark, and then he starts hearing things, and then suddenly something is in the dark and it's moving. The dude freaks out. Then he tells them to pull the rope back, to pull them back in. So then, dude, like, honestly, I was like, what the fuck is it? Like, what is going on? I'm telling you, like, I've seen people play Backrooms, but I don't know what it is. So I don't know what that thing was. So then they start pulling him back up. But once he's up there, once he's gone up there, part of the rope is still down in the tunnel. He starts getting pulled back in. Unfortunately, whatever it was pulled him back in. And when he got pulled in, dude, they all got pulled in. So he got pulled in. Pretty much, he's dead. Whatever it was, grabbed in, dragged him into like a door that was like sideways. And then you see nothing but blood. Kat is panicking. She's screaming. Clark runs off to a different direction. And then they just start running. And then they just start going through different doors. Honestly, it was insane. Like, he starts running, he starts going through this way. I thought this part was probably the scariest part for me, because also he's carrying the camera with him, and the effect that the camera gave was a lot more suspenseful. To me, the most scariest part was when he went into the room where there was a Christmas tree. So there's a Christmas tree, and it's dark as fuck. Like, it's just dark. You can't see anything other than the Christmas tree, and it's lighting up, but it's not lighting up enough. So then he starts walking really slow because it's dark. It's a Christmas tree. You know, you can't see anything. So he's walking close, and as he's walking around the Christmas tree, there's something, it looks like there's something sitting there, like right behind the Christmas tree. And then he says, Clark says, hello? And then something moves, and then boom, lights up a lamp. Scariest shit ever. I don't know what the hell it was. And then all you hear is some crazy ass bitch screaming. That was the most scariest shit ever. He ended up running. You know, he gets to a place where there's like a bathhouse. He's running through doors now. He's like running anywhere, trying to get away from whatever that was. And then eventually he gets to a place and it's a dead end. He starts hearing Cat. Cat can see him, but he can't see Cat. I guess he's seeing a wall and she's looking at a glass, like through a window. That part to me was kind of confusing, and I mean it's a movie, it's a Backrooms. At this point anything is fucking possible. He had put down the camera, and then something now is picking up the camera, and you could tell that this camera is going up really high, like you could tell that it's tall. And then she just starts telling him, there's something behind you, and then it cuts out, man. That, to me, I have to say, was the best part of the movie. I really liked that. It was scary. I was losing my mind out of that shit for a bit. And then eventually Mary notices there's something up with Clark. Mary got a phone call from Clark. It was a weird phone call. I forgot the exact thing he said, but basically it was a red flag that she needed to go check up on him. So she called his place, was not there. She knew that he would be at work. She knew that Clark was staying at the store, so she knew that she would have to go look there. She goes there, looking around. She doesn't see anything, but she does see something. So I didn't mention this earlier, but when she went down to the basement, she noticed all this random crap in that room, like all this random stuff, like, you know, this thing hanging here, the stop sign. But she also sees on the wall that there's masking tape in the shape of a door. She also sees a whiteboard with things written. So she's starting to piece things, like, this is a door. So she goes to the door. She goes nearby the door. She doesn't touch it because she doesn't know. But there's a fly. It's weird because there's this fly sometimes, like, had been hanging around her, and it's weird. Like, the fly goes through the wall. So then she decides to go through the wall. And it's weird because it's like, for me, I like, oh my God, like hand first. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like, if I know that, like, yeah, sure, I put my hand in first. But the way they go in all slowly is kind of stupid to me. Like, I'm going to go in there, like, real fast. Like, I don't know why. Like, I guess it's like you kind of have that fear, but I don't know. It's kind of like how those people, how, like, they test the water, you know, they put their toe in. Like, yeah, I'm going to put my toe in, but then I'm going to jump. These people go in all slow and shit. Like, anyways. So then she goes in. She sees this room that's behind this wall that she literally phased through. I know I'm, like, describing the whole damn movie to you guys, but I'm trying to get to where I'm going, okay? I really liked the movie. I don't think it was better than Obsession. I still gonna give the rating accordingly, though. I think this was also a 4. I'm gonna give you that. So that movie was a 4. This movie was a 4. But I'm gonna say this movie was better, which was Obsession, and then Backrooms is good. It's definitely better than Hokum. I think it's better than Passengers, better than the other movies that I watched or so far. I would definitely watch this movie again. I would recommend this movie. Spoilers, guys, spoiler alerts. So I'm going to talk about this movie. She goes through the back rooms, basically straight out the back. All right, I turn on the car again. People are being noisy. People are getting drunk. People trying to get ratchet. So she goes in there. She hears that there's a creature coming, basically. She went in there. She basically followed the same path, and she hears something coming. She runs into this place where there's like monster eating. There's like a mural. There's a monster eating people. So she was looking at like this painting thing that's on the wall that has to do with the monster that is, or entity that is there. And while she's looking at it, she hears something. I guess she sees something. She calls out to it. She calls out Clark. Is that you? And Clark answers. So Clark is alive. Clark is here in the back rooms. I'm thinking he's lost. You know what? I'm thinking he's lost. But this fool ends up putting her in a sleeper hold. He takes her somewhere. When she wakes up, she got her hands tied to a chair. There's a weird dude with like 6 eyes sitting near her to her left side. Right across is Clark at the table. There's also a weird looking crazy girl behind Clark who was the same girl who was screaming, running during around the Christmas tree room. And there was also a wheelchair guy kind of to the back of Mary, which is the wheelchair guy with the lamp. So there's also people in this area. There's in the back rooms, there's also people, but they're very weird, strange looking people. Basically, I'm gonna go into this a bit. Clark is losing his mind. I think he's lost his mind. He wants to live in the back rooms. He wants to stay in the back rooms. He doesn't want to leave. The dude has Kat's head in the refrigerator that he has right there. He's talking about that he can eat these people. This is the most weirdest thing ever. Like, he lifts up the 6-eyed dude's freaking shirt and starts cutting off a piece. It looks like it's cotton candy almost. Like, it looks like it's stuffing, and I guess you can eat it. That's the most weirdest thing ever. I don't know where they decided this, but it was just strange. The movie's just strange. The movie's crazy. He starts flipping out on her. He starts redoing the whole reenactment of how he got kicked out of his house with Mary, and now it's changed because she's being more straight up with him, and that's cool. That was good. I like that because he's going crazy and he blames people for his actions, for why he's in the situation. He can't own up to it, and he finally realizes, like, hey, like, maybe she is right, maybe I am wrong. He starts untying her, but then the monster comes, the entity starts coming out, and then this is where people are upset. I think I have not looked up what it is, but I understand because I went to go watch this movie with my brother and my daughter. They express the same emotions. Like, spoiler, this monster was, it looked like Clark. It looked like the Captain Clark. What, he had a pirate hat, he had the whole suit, he had a peg leg, but he was tall. He was like 7 feet tall or something. This was the monster that was terrorizing the back rooms that we were watching. The one that killed Kat, technically, the one that attacked Kat, the one that attacked Kat's boyfriend, and the one that's been roaming around there. It caught me by surprise because I thought this was going to be like a legit monster with like sharp teeth and everything, and I didn't know what I was expecting because I kind of remember the game, and I kind of remember like a picture of this monster entity in the game, and it didn't really look like that. But from what I'm hearing is that there's different monsters and there's different entities, so I'm just wanting to assume that this is just one of those entities and monsters, so I'm not too sure. One of the things that I have not mentioned is that throughout the movie there were scientists. It started off with a guy who I think was in a hazmat suit, what it looked like, and he had some type of control center where he was able to talk to somebody. And then later on, you see this reoccurring thing where there's some type of professor or scientist that was looking at the camera. They had set up the camera, and they had seen Clark. They had seen that Clark found the back rooms, and they were kind of, by the expression, they're like kind of like, what the hell? There's a person in there, and you see the face of this guy. Then later on, you see that same guy has a family and is watching TV, and he happens to come across the Captain Clark ad where he's advertising Captain Clark's Ottoman Empire. And then he realizes that's the same guy in the video, in the camera. I guess they start putting things together. The question I have is that why didn't he go there, or why didn't they go to that place, the store, to talk to Clark and figure out about the door? I don't know. But let's skip to the ending. She breaks free. Clark gets bit by the monster. I'm not too sure. I think since he was retaliating while he let her in, he probably decided to be who he's supposed to be, and he bit him like he's a monster, right? So then she runs off. They go through the backdoor maze. They go, they go through it. And eventually she can't run, so now she needs to fight. So then she starts fighting the monster. What ended up happening at the end was kind of confusing, kind of confused the shit out of me. I'm only assuming that there's going to be another movie, maybe about someone completely different. Probably not the same characters. But eventually, maybe the monster's dead. But you see that once after she escapes, she finds these scientists, or the people in the hazmat suits. So they start to talk to her and kind of like interrogate her. And they basically want to know what happened. But she's got questions of her own. She starts asking them. The same professor, scientist guy that you see that saw Clark, that was, sitting with his family watching the ad of the store. He's now sitting down with her, and he's telling her that he's been there, and it's everything. It's so different. He's basically telling her that he doesn't know what it is, but whatever it is, it's so important. It's very important. And they want to get information from her about the place. Something that you notice about the Backrooms is that something that Clark mentioned, it holds memories of something. And maybe not be the exact same memory, but it's the memory of the way it is remembered there. When he introduced the people at the dinner table, Clark, when he introduced them, he said that they were memories. I'm not sure whose memories they were, but one of the memories was his wife. The girl that was standing behind him, the girl that kind of was yelling and screaming through the Christmas tree room. It had a likeness of his wife. It kind of looked like her in a way. Like she looked deformed and everything, but it kind of looked like her. Because then later on, like at the end of the movie, there were new memories. There was a house that looked kind of like cats inside the back rooms. There was also it looks like a copy of Mary in the back rooms. She had, a deformed face too, but it was now a memory that I guess of what was in the back rooms. I don't know. Like, I'm not sure if once you go in the back rooms, your memories are transferred there or something, or if you go into the back rooms, your likeness is made in there. But I don't know how that happens with the monster, the entity. Like, how did it take Clark's form? Why Clark? Why is it a monster? Or like that big? Maybe it takes on a form of what you are. I have no idea. But it just had a lot of questions, and I'm just thinking deeper into this movie. But to wrap it all up, it was a good movie. I gave it a 4. It was scary. I'm telling you, the first half of it was what I liked. One with Clark, not so much with Mary, just because, I mean, once you saw the entity, like, it kind of wasn't as scary. You know what I mean? But anyways, more drunk people. Anyways, you're gonna hear a Tesla turn on right now. But it was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. I give it a 4. I would watch it again. But yeah, check out Backrooms, guys. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow. I would really appreciate it if you would. But thank you so much for watching these videos with me. Make sure you guys comment. If you guys made it this far, comment down Backrooms. Thank you. This is your boy, Ghost Boy XO. Holla at your boy. It's the end of the video. Peace out.